Hi, this is Kim Beeler from the University Career Center, and welcome to my presentation on personal branding and LinkedIn. Before I start, I want to tell you that we at the UCC offer lots of services to help you with your career goals. We help students with resume writing, mock interviewing, internship and job searches, and we also offer individual coaching appointments. So if you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Today, we're going to look at personal branding in LinkedIn. We're going to define it, and I'm going to show you how to create your brand as well as maintain and audit your brand. But before we do, I want you to take a look at this slide. What comes to mind when you see those golden arches? Are you thinking about Happy Meals, the dollar menu, or are you dreaming about those French fries and shakes? Now think about how McDonald's conveys their message to you. They use a strong logo, jingles, advertising, and even those golden arches to convey their message. Do you think they do a good job? How about this company? Everyone recognizes the gecko, right? I know some of you are saying right now, 15 minutes or less can save you 15% or more. Through commercials and jingles and social media, companies like Geico work hard to communicate to consumers who they are and what they stand for. Corporate branding is similar to personal branding in that it defines who you are and how you want others to see you. So what exactly is personal branding? This slide defines personal branding as the sum of all your experiences you have when people engage with you. Everyone has a brand, and people you are interacting with are assigning you value based on what they believe your brand to be. Your personal brand is so important because it defines who you are and how you want others to view you. If you do it well, it gives colleagues, professors, future employers, and even those graduate school admissions committees a clearer picture of who you are or who you hope to become. For example, take a look at this celebrity, Kim Kardashian. What do you think of when you see her picture? What does she stand for? What's important to her, and how do you know that? Do you think the person you see online is the same person you see in newspapers, magazines, websites, and TV? Celebrities spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to create their personal brand. Now think about it for a moment. If you had to define your personal brand today, right now, how would you describe yourself? How would others describe you? Let's take a look at what determines how people see you. Let's look at what determines your personal brand. There are 3 factors that help determine your brand. Look at the first one, actions. Your brand is determined by how you act professionally and socially. This also includes your online presence. It's also determined by the people you interact with or who you choose to interact with. Through interactions, people start understanding your values, your strengths, skills, and direction, which really helps define your brand. Finally, all the experiences you participate in and the experiences that you gain illustrate to others who you are and who you hope to become. For example, do you want to be known as a leader? If so, do you act like a leader at work, in the classroom, and in a group setting? Do you join leadership activities and leadership roles? Are you a member of a club or are you a president of the club? And finally, do you connect with other leaders? You can do this now on your social media platforms. I recommend that you follow people you consider to be leaders in their field or people you admire. Take in consideration all these factors when you're shaping your brand and think about how you want others to view you by the time you graduate. This slide reminds us that personal branding is all about managing your brand, not about promoting it. Think about it this way. You are the CEO of your personal brand, the president of your brand. You control how others view you, whether it's what they see in the classroom, at work, or on your social media sites. Now, remember, your personal brand may change. In fact, it probably will as you gain new experiences and you interact with new people and you gain new strengths. But you control your brand. Therefore, it's important to continually manage and audit your brand. How do you do this? You can manage your personal brand by making sure it's consistent on all platforms. I recommend that you continually update your bio on social media platforms to really accurately reflect your changing skill sets, your interests, and your goals. Also, use Google Alerts to find out when and how your brand is being used or explored. And be sure to examine your privacy settings. Good privacy settings help you ensure that you have control over those, whether or not you friend somebody, or more importantly, you don't friend somebody. Setting your profile to private is also really good standard practice. Maintaining and auditing your brand gives you control, and it's especially important when you are job searching. Take a look at this slide. It really validates how important social media is to the job search process. Notice it says 60% of employers were using social media to screen candidates. Employers are screening you. They are evaluating your professionalism, your qualifications, and whether or not you would be a good fit for the company. That is why maintaining and managing your brand is so important. Look at the icons for social media on this site. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. If you open one of your social media pages and showed it to me, what would I see or learn about you? More importantly, how would a future employer evaluate one of your sites? Would it be beneficial and help you get a job? Or would you be embarrassed and want to just shut the whole site down? Spend some time looking at your social media to make sure it's accurately representing who you are and who you want to be. Ask your friends, your coworkers, and even your professors how they view you on social media. Remember, it's not too late to change your online brand. An online brand or visibility is important. Let's switch our focus and start talking about how to create your brand using LinkedIn. Everyone should have an up-to-date LinkedIn profile, especially if you're job searching. I'll give you some tips and advice for creating your online profile, but remember that your LinkedIn profile should be different from your resume because it serves a different purpose. Your resume is tailored to a specific job, while your LinkedIn profile expands upon your resume for a more general job search. Your LinkedIn is all about keywords and telling your story in a way that will display your expertise, increase your credibility, and enhance your branding message. This slide shows a LinkedIn profile page for I'm a Jayhawk. As you can see, she has a profile picture of the Jayhawk mascot at a sporting event. Take a look at her headline, Creative Marketing and Promotion Student at the University of Kansas looking for an internship in public relations. Look at her experience, Student Union Activities Coordinator. She creates promotional materials, video, photography, video, creative text. What brand do you think IMA is trying to convey here? What is she targeting? If you said communications professional, bingo, you're right. IMA's page, to me, conveys through her headlines and experience that she is a communications professional. Let's take a deeper look at how to create this successful LinkedIn page. The first thing that you'll do when you go to LinkedIn is you'll be asked to set up an account and create a profile. This will include your picture. Make sure that you choose a professional headshot. When taking your headshot, dress as if you are going to a professional networking event in your industry. Avoid a really busy background. And please, this is not the time to share your spotlight with your dog, your cat, or any other furry friend. Remember, it's the first thing that prospective employers will see, so you need to choose something professional. You can also add creativity and enhance your brand by changing that horizontal background picture. For example, take a look at the bottom right of the right hand of the screen. Chase is an architect and uses a picture in the style of architectural sketches for his background to enhance his brand. Try to avoid using that default background provided by LinkedIn and instead choose something that's unique to you. The headline should be informative yet memorable. Treat this as your LinkedIn elevator pitch. LinkedIn limits your headlines to about 130 characters, so make sure you discuss who you are and what you can do for the company. Use wording that is inviting, personal, and quite frankly sounds like you. Instead of simply writing student at the University of Kansas, try honor student seeking marketing position. Take a look at Sarah Atterbury Slocum, HR leader with a passion for recruiting, associate engagement, STEM outreach, and diversity inclusion. This gives prospective employers a clear picture of who she is or what she's done. Try something like economics major and aspiring financial analyst. Again, this is one of the first pieces of information that employers see, so take time to work on your headline. The About section of LinkedIn should include things you want the recruiters or hiring managers to know about you. Start with a catchy opening statement and don't be afraid to inject some of your personality. Look at the first line of this slide. I help students navigate the twists and turns of career. Add context to your career story by including videos, presentations, links to blog posts, or articles you've written. I even suggest that you upload your resume and include your email address in this section. Brag about your accomplishments and be sure to include terms that a recruiter might plug into the search bar, like technical skills, job titles, or industry keywords. This will really increase your visibility to prospective employers. Finally, I want you to keep in mind that by default, LinkedIn shows only the first 3 lines of your profile summary before a reader has to click See More. So take time to write your About Me section and then use as much of the character limits as you can. The experience section includes job titles, date ranges, and basic information for all of your experience. This slide shows 3 experiences, including a summer internship. Use 2 or 3 sentences to give an overview of your job, including some facts and figures, and be sure to include what you accomplished. You can also research the keywords for each job search and use them in the overview as well. Say what you do using strong action verbs like managed, led, supervised, and please avoid words like responsible for. It's boring to the reader. Also, be sure to use correct tenses, keep it clear and concise, and don't overdo it on the bullets. A long list of bullets, as you know, is daunting and tedious to read. Finally, link your job to the company website. Look at the slide. Do you see the blue icon located at the top left next to Assistant Environmental Scientist? If you clicked on that icon, it would take you directly to the company website, Burns & McDonnell. This will give your prospective reader and potential employer more information about where you work and what you do. Include articles and activities on your website. Your activity on LinkedIn shows all recent posts you shared and changes you've made to your profile. It also determines the type of content that will be displayed on your LinkedIn feed, and it will be visible to other members depending on your settings. Sharing articles demonstrates to others that you are interested in the industry and, more importantly, that you stay up to date on issues. So include relevant articles in your LinkedIn profile. Including specific skills on your profile is a great way to showcase your abilities to other members like peers, colleagues, managers, and even those recruiters. You can add a maximum of 50 skills to your profile, and it's a simple way to build your professional brand and really engage your network. See how this profile puts its top related skills first so that recruiters can easily see those top skills? Finally, your connections can endorse your skills by simply hitting a button, which really adds validity to your profile and backs up your work. Make sure that you endorse others as well if you expect an endorsement for yourself. Take a look at this slide. These are examples of both written and received LinkedIn recommendations. At the bottom of the first recommendation, notice it reads, "I have no doubt Jen will continue to succeed as an individual contributor or in a leadership role." Now, if you were a recruiter or potential employer and you read that statement, wouldn't this get your attention? People who view your profile often read the recommendations you receive from the supervisors, from your colleagues, or your professors. And this really gains the attention of recruiters, but it also gains the trust of potential employers. Recommendations are different from skill endorsements because they require you to ask someone for a recommendation. So I recommend that you try to obtain at least 3 recommendations from professors, department heads, or people who supervised you in an internship or work-related experience. Your LinkedIn profile can stand out when you add accomplishments that support your unique background or circumstances. Look at all the different types of accomplishments on this slide. Notice how it says courses, publications, honors awards, organizations. You can also include scholarships and awards for specific subjects like fine arts, or activities like MVP, most valuable player for a soccer team. This really helps increase your credibility. Focus on key accomplishments and again, use strong action verbs and quantify your results with numbers such as increase social media hits by 40% or raise $10,000 for United Way during Rock Chalk Review. Remember that your past performance is the best indicator of future performance. Include those accomplishments and don't be afraid to brag. Take a look at the interest section on the screen. This section displays the news sources, influencers, companies, schools, and groups that you are following. I recommend that you even follow companies that you would like to work for in the future. It shows interest. Following different groups not only contributes to your personal brand, but it also allows you to connect with other readers on a more personal level by allowing employers to learn more about you. I recommend that you have a variety of interests and that you follow a variety of groups and have a good balance between work and personal hobbies and interests. Creating an effective LinkedIn profile is just one of the ways to create and maintain a strong personal brand. Your personal brand will enhance your employment opportunities and your overall picture of who you are, and more importantly, what value you bring to a future employer. If you want more information, LinkedIn offers several online resources to help you create effective and strong profiles. It even offers a student LinkedIn profile resource. So take time to work on your LinkedIn and your personal brand. It's time well spent. If we can be of further assistance at the UCC, please feel free to contact us via phone at 785-864-3624 or go to our website at career.ku.edu. On that site, you can click on hirejayhawks.com and you can schedule an online appointment. We offer 30-minute appointments and 60-minute appointments depending on your needs. But remember, we are here for you, so don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.